Today we are reacting to Leanne Womack. I hope you dance. Are you familiar with this joint?
I recognize the chorus, but as you were bringing it up and you're like, oh, the song. I was like, yeah, I know the song, but I don't really know what it's about. Like, I haven't listened to it the whole way through.
Okay, okay, this is one of those songs that like for some reason I feel like there's a memory tied to it, but I can't recall. And I know the chorus.
I have a memory because you said the name. It was like Leanne. I was like, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. There's a girl, Leanne, that I knew. I'll share the story
later.
Okay.
Does it have any relevance to this song?
No, not
I don't think
at
anybody
all.
cares about this.
You're right. You're right.
But
you might. It's actually kind of funny.
I think okay, for some reason, I don't know. Have you seen the movie A Walk to Remember?
No.
Heartbreaking film. I feel like this song was in that movie or for some reason.
A Walk to Remember?
Yeah.
Actually, the story of Leanne is a walk to remember.
Okay.
That's literally what it is.
Well, I think that this song was in that movie. I'm not sure. Because for some reason, whenever I hear the song, it brings up really sad, somber feelings. And I don't remember why.
So this is a sad song? Because I Hope You Dance sounds hopeful to me. I hope you dance.
I know, but let's listen to it. I don't remember. I'm being honest. So I'm really excited to hear this and see if it brings any nostalgic feelings. Before we start though, on Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond Don Juan. We are back with another reaction just for you.
Well, let's stop yapping and let's get to the song.
Give you feel to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel.
Oh God. Oh man. I don't know why songs like this make me emotional, dude.
I mean, I need this song. I need to hear this song right now.
It's so beautiful. And so now I remember why, because when you're young, you hear this song and it's like, it doesn't mean that much, but like, I feel like my mom played this as like it's like this inspiring thing. But now, I mean, now I have a daughter and it's not just the imagery, but it's like, that's the message that you just hope for your daughter. You hope for me, it's not about being proud of my daughter. It's about I want her to be proud of herself. I want her to move and act in a room without worrying about it's not about what I want for her. It's about I want her to experience those things.
It's such a beautiful message. We just did a reaction to ABBA Dancing Queen, and we were talking about everybody's got a little dancing queen in them, but we were also just sharing our personal stories and the fact that a lot of people sit it out. They're afraid of what people think. And so they'll stand on the wall because they're afraid of embarrassment or all these other emotions that come in. And so this is like one of those synchronicity nights where we just did that reaction and then we moved to this, and this is that exact message put in a song form of she literally says that, and when you have a chance to sit it out, I hope you dance. That's such a beautiful life lesson and message. And there's, you could say, get in the game, son. But there's something that to me is distinctly beautiful about not saying hey, let's get in the game, and just saying get off the wall and dance.
Absolutely. And that whole first line of like, I hope you never lose your sense of wonder.
Yeah.
I hope you feel big when you stand beside the ocean. Like, oh, it's just these human experiences, like staying aware of what's around you, appreciating the wonder of life. It's beautiful. This song is just it's bringing out the softy in me, man.
I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you
Oh man. That got me choked up, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, and you know,
In
it's
the
one
best
of those,
possible way.
Yeah, it's one of those songs that it can be applied to anybody, whether you have children or not. But I do think, like, especially with the imagery of the video, like, it's definitely like a note to your child. Like, you know, as you grow up, no matter who you are, life gets you. You know, like, especially at our age, I feel like I'm not a cynical person, but like, I definitely like have to remind myself to enjoy the wonders of life. But it's like a lesson that you always. This is like the most important lesson to teach your kids. You know, like. Because there's so much more to life than the monetary value of, you know, your job or, you know, your status or anything like that. It's about like really appreciating, enjoying life. And it's such a beautiful message. Like, I literally am like sitting here right now. I just want to like, you know, text my daughter's mom, be like, show Camila this song right fucking now. Like, it's so amazing. It's
Yeah, I want to play
beautiful.
this for my son, Silver. I mean, he's a 17-year-old, you know, teenage boy, man, child.
Yeah,
I want to slap around half the time because he's so strong headed. But I think he'd actually love this song because he's pretty open minded, and it is that lesson that you want to impart to your children,
Mhm.
to your friends. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I needed to hear this song, but there was that line in there where when you get a chance to stare at the sky or stare at heaven, something about that, taking that chance to like stare at the sky, to stare at heaven. And it automatically made me think about my son. I have an apartment that's like on the 4th floor. One of the reasons, like 2 reasons, I wanted to be close to him because his mom lives right across the way. And so I was like, okay, I just need something close to him so I can help out, so I can be there, be present for him. I thought about other options. I was like, this is going to be the best for him. And then second was like, oh, I want a mountain view. If I'm going to this is the first time I've ever lived in an apartment. I was like, I'm in Colorado. I want a mountain view. And he will always go out there and be like, Dad, look at the sky. Like, it's so beautiful.
Sunset,
and I'll be honest, like I'm rush all the time. I get home. I'm like, yeah, I've got to send this email out for work. I had this thing that I wanted to do, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm a lot of times working till late and not being present. And he will be like, hey, Dad, stop what you're doing. Watch the sunset. And I'll go out there on the balcony with him and watch the sunset. And, those moments are really what make life worth living. It's what the fuck is the point? Like sometimes I'll think that because he'll be like, hey, Dad, like seriously, like stop. And I'll be like in the middle of something. And I'm like, dude, I got this apartment this is one of the main reasons to be able to just look out and look at the beauty, like take that moment to do that.
Absolutely. I think the thing that my mom loved the song, and I remember she used to listen to the song, and that's why it brings up sad feelings because she used to like cry when she listened to the song. It was like really emotional for her. My grandma had a really bad disorder of like fear. Like she was like had phobias for everything.
Okay.
Like it was like growing up, she wouldn't let my mom have friends. Like she wouldn't let my mom socialize. Like my mom was basically raised in a cult. Like, and my mom, I love my mom to death, but she is a very, very fearful woman too. And she's a step down from my grandma. So she always like credits herself like, well, at least I'm not like my mom was, where my mom wouldn't even like allow people in our house. Like when we came over to visit them when I was older, we had to like she like bought us new clothes, washed them like 5 times, and we weren't allowed to bring our clothes into the house. Like that's how bad it was. And my mom is like very, very fearful too, but like definitely stepped down, but it's still kind of bad. And I was raised like that my whole life. Like everything I did was like, oh, don't like Chase. If you're riding your bike, like you could crack your head open and die and bleed out before anybody like telling me shit like that when I was like 6 years old learning how to ride a bike, And so like when I hear the song, it just reminds me like just to let go of that fear and not raise your child under that fear, because bad things are going to happen throughout your whole life. That's life. You know what I mean? But if you're letting that fear hold you back to this point where you literally have no enjoyment in life because you're so afraid of everything, there's nothing worse than that,
Yeah. I mean, this song is just like so beautiful. This is one of those songs that I've heard in like, cursory examination, whatever. I've heard it in passing and I'm like, yeah, I kind of know, I know of the song, whatever. And I always, whatever. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but the reality is when I would hear this song or songs like this, I would think, oh, it's probably just kind of, something that's like a little like kind of overly sweet, touchy-feely song that I wouldn't be into, so I never really gave it the attention that it deserved. And I'm sitting here listening, I'm like, this is the exact song I need to hear. Like, I have always been somebody who's super like outgoing, hopeful, ambitious, all these things. And the truth is, like, ever since COVID, like, I just hit like a rough spell in my life. Like, COVID fucked me up because of the fact that I was social and like going out all the time. And I just got in the habit of like not going out. And then I was going through like some struggles financially. I had like 3 of the slowest years that I'd ever had with work. So it combined in that moment. And I was just like struggling and just trying to get by, plus all the COVID stuff. And then on the tails of that, ended up like separating from a relationship I was in for almost like 15 years. So I had all these things and changes happen in my life, literally took everything I owned, gave most of it away, and then just moved what was remaining into a storage and then just left town, you know what I mean, for almost 2 years. So all these like upheavals. And then since then, in some ways, I'd say I've been like putting my life back together. And a lot of my life was like around drinking and going out and partying. As you know, I've been sober 2 years now. So there's just all these elements of like my life that changed and haven't like quite like settled back into that same way where I was going out and socializing and doing all those things. And for the first time in my life, I started feeling like that cynicism and just like, this is not what I wanted for my life. Like I thought I was going to be with this person. There's so many sacrifices I made, not because this person was perfect, but because I was like, hey, I accept you for who you are and we have each other. This is the direction my life's going to go. You know what I mean? And we're going to do it together. And then that being lost and trying to put those pieces back together. And just for the first time, like I said, feeling that bit of cynicism. And it was really like, I never understood those old, like curmudgeon-y old men that would get off my lawn. And I sat there and I was like, God, like I get it now.
You're
it's like you reach a point in your life, like I could see it, like where the things didn't work out the way that you wanted. The relationship didn't work out. Maybe, the job wasn't working out. Like been working all these years to build this thing and then it starts falling apart. And it's like, I get it. A couple more fucking bad things in my life. And I could see how my mindset is going in that direction of cynicism. And this is that song to me that addresses that. And it's a song that it is, talking to your child that you love. But then as I'm hearing it, it's like, this is the message that I've been singing to myself. It's like, don't let that cynicism take you over. Like, it's literally the way I've looked at it. It's like, it's a fight for my life, like for my life, for who I am as a human being, as a person. I don't want to be that person. Like, I would rather be dead than to be that person.
To be just miserable, making
that
everybody
gives up.
miserable around you.
That's telling the kids to get off the lawn. That's just like, oh yeah, it's not going to work out, And like I said, I could see those little aspects start bubbling up. And I'm like, dude, you got to shove that down. She had a line that said, something about the courage to be faithful or holding on to faith. And I'm like, that's what
faith a fighting chance.
To give faith a fighting chance. It's like, that's it. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. And that line just is, amongst so many others, just is so powerful, so important, of just giving that faith a fighting chance and saying like, hey, maybe it didn't work out exactly how you thought. Maybe the direction you're going is, took a curve this way when you wanted to go that way, but fucking give faith a fighting chance. Beautiful.
And accept this human experience, this life experience that we're all going through for what it is. And
guess what? We did an ABBA reaction and we got up and we fucking danced. So
yeah,
yeah. When life gives you a chance to sit in your fucking nice leather recliner and do a reaction, get off your lazy ass and dance.
And man, honestly, I'm so happy we listened to this one today. This one's been pulled up for a little while and we keep skipping over it for some whatever reason. And I'm so happy we did this one today. This was beautiful. I think we both needed this.
Yeah, it's gonna go on my playlist. And like I said, I'm gonna put it in front of Silver. I'm gonna drag his ass in here. Sit down. We're doing a reaction.
Listen to
this. This is a lesson that I need to tell you from a father to a son. I promise. It's just some dust in my eye. I'm not crying, son.
I feel like at his age, he'll enjoy it for what it is, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like my daughter probably it'll just go right over her head, but I still feel like as a child, you're able to absorb these lessons in a way that's a little different because there's nothing like she hasn't dealt with any adversity or adversity.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of the word, but. That was great, man. I know we're kind of dragging this on, but it's just a beautiful song and it brings up beautiful feelings. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you guys hit a like. And if you guys want to join us on this journey of just listening to incredible music and giving our honest takes, hit that subscribe button.
That's right. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.